LRBAquatics.com. Hello everybody, welcome. Today I'm going to share with you guys Gary Lange's method of breeding rainbow fish eggs and hatching them. He recently came to our club and did a talk, and he was auctioning off these vials, and I got quite a few of them. And in it, well, let me go ahead and show you the whole kit. That will describe it better. So I'm going to get you flipped around here. So in it you got a pack which had these instructions, and he also put a little fish food in it. Now this is golden pearl fry food, really powdery, great for rainbow fish, babies especially, since they stay up at the top of the water. But here I've got 4 different containers of rainbow fish eggs from them. I've got them all set up here. You can see there's a little strain of mop in there with eggs all over it. You can see, looks like they're looking at you. There's eyes all over the place. That's why they're dark. So they're nice and healthy when you see them dark like that. White ones you want to get rid of. I really didn't have any to get rid of. I may have got rid of 1 out of the vials. And what he does is he cuts off a little strain off of spawning mop, and he sticks it in these vials with just a little bit of methylene blue and labels them with the approximate of the eggs. So here I've got Chilotherna campsi, and then I've got Glossolepis maculosus, Melanitania bowmani, and Melanitania pygmaea. Now I do already have some of the bowmani. It's good to have more genetics too. I'm trying to deepen the gene pool. But let's go ahead and get to how to hatch these. So you get them in the little vial, and what you want to do is you want to get some, I use RO water. You could use distilled water or even dechlorinated tap water. His water here, see, the instructions are kind of long. I'm just going to put this in a nutshell for you guys. So you want to use the dechlorinated water. He says if your water is soft, less than 70 ppm, he recommends some crushed shell or coral or a GH booster. Anything to get that hardness up, that GH up. And then his water is 125 ppm GH and 2 degrees KH. Now, I've actually bred these fish in very hard water up to around 400 to 500 TDS. That's with a good mix of GH and KH. And also bred them with around 100, so around Gary's parameters as well. Now my biggest problem is the temperature that I've been trying to get with, but I've never had an issue with hatching eggs with it. We'll see if I can keep it to 82. But anyways, you take that water, dechlorinated water around those parameters, RO remineralized, and then you stick it in here. He says you do not want to use aquarium water, which makes a lot of sense because the aquarium water, which he also mentions, has funguses, bacterias, and all kinds of other stuff in them, which can get to the eggs. Now see, since these are eggs, they don't really need the cycle so much, as well as when they're little fry. So what he recommends doing is putting that water in there, not tank water, and then you stick the eggs in here and then try to divide them up as much as possible. As you can see here, it looks like a little connect the dot, make a little pattern or whatever. But that's so they're not touching, and if one does fungus, it's less likely to fungus the other. It would take it longer to travel. Let me get a flashlight too. That way you guys can see these guys a little better. Hopefully I don't blind them. So after you got them all separated, it's just kind of wait. There you can see there's a ton on the mop. Ton of them. Same within here. They're all grouped up, sticking together, looking nice and healthy. I hope this is coming out pretty good, being live and all. But yes, pretty cool. And then, so what else he recommends is every other day to change the water. Now, I don't know if he meant the whole thing, all the water, or half of it, but I'm guessing it's mostly to kind of get the stuff skimmed off the top. So I've actually got a little RO water I keep in here, and I've already remineralized it with GH booster. I have really got to get this table cleaned off. When I've got so many projects though, cleaning the table kind of takes back seat. Oh, of course, this is going to be on there really good. Greg N, thank you so much for the super chat. That is really awesome. Heather Nilsson, so glad that your yellows came in safe and that you are happy with them. So I guess as far as like changing the water here, now I haven't done this yet, but I mean, pretty easy to do, I'm sure. Just dump a little bit out. As you can see, the eggs stay at the bottom there. Pretty easy to do. Then yeah, you just add water and then disperse the eggs again. So easy peasy, and he recommends doing this for, it says about 7 to 11 days, and pseudomugals can be about 18 days. Now the temperature, he does recommend to keep them warmer, 80 to 82 degrees. Let me get some water in here, and then we'll check the temperature of the water here. Oh, that's nice. Get them eggs moving around. Make them feel life. Let's see. So here, get my little temp gun. Good thing about having a table like this, though, everything's right there for me. And mine's been around 78.8. That's where it was last time. Looks like I'm still holding around 78. I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. Everybody still looks pretty good. So yeah, not too hard. Now it's just waiting game, doing the water changes, keeping them warm enough. I do agree with keeping them warm though. 78, it's not bad. And yeah. And then when you feed them this micro food, talk about raising them up a little bit. Best thing to do is get like a little toothpick, dip it in here, and you just knocked a little bit of powder off. And the other thing too is when these fry hatch out, that's when you want to get like a cup or something and move them that way. So say, of course this vial is probably going to be hard to uncover, but say this is a cup without a lid on it, you just dip it in there. Get a bigger one, of course, it'd be easier to catch the fry. And then you transfer them into some kind of tank that has like a bunch of microorganisms and stuff they can't eat, because they'll be ready to go. Since this water's not really cycled as much, I mean, you're not going to really keep them up. That, and you don't want to be feeding into the container. The cycle may not even make a difference, but I know the food will maybe cause fungus on the rest of the eggs. So there you have it. That's Gary Lange's method of breeding rainbow fish, which I've never tried it this way, and he's the man in doing it. I've always done it the natural way, where I'll take 2 tanks, I'll take a group of rainbow fish and move them between tanks, and then I'll just have a bunch of babies. It works that way as well, but if you already got eggs and you get them in a method like this, it does make sense that it would be easier to hatch them and something more sterile when they're just eggs than in here. And that would probably go with killifish eggs as well, when you get those in the mail. Not a whole lot of other fish you get eggs in. I'm not sure about that, no more that I can think of. But yeah, that's one method of doing it, and it looks to be working really good. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it and may have learned something. And yeah, don't forget to hit that like button before you go. I often forget to do that myself when I'm on other channels. Patrick Aquatics, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. It says, been loving your live streams recently. Keep it up, dog. All right. Woo, 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 woo. I love doing this stuff. I got a lot more I need to do for you guys. Oh, look at this. Check this out. I've been waiting to get this for a while. A little rock tumbler. It's actually the biggest one they had that wasn't commercial. It was about 20 pounds. I'll make some substrate for that. I know I'm going a little over the top for it, but it's something I wanted to try. Anyways, that'll come in another video. I gotta keep this about breeding rainbow fish. So, till next time, everybody, love and peace. Thanks for hanging out and watching. Till next time.